Oh goddamn, that volume was louder than I expected. One of those that has to go like really low. At least it captures automatically. Loud, it's going to be first when they get into the game. I think it was just that intro that was loud. Turn it off a bit just in case. I know those bitches have been talking about me behind my back. They flash those fake smiles when I walk past. They wave half-heartedly and say things like, "Oh, hi Emma," or "You're the only one brave enough to pull off that look." They're all two-faced, lying assholes. I hate each and every one of them. Amano and... oh, I'm not going to try and do these names. So we go with A, S, and K. Just look at them. Everything about them is fake. Fake lips, fake nails, fake smiles, fake personalities. Look, I'll be the first to admit that I'm a fake bitch too, but even I'm not as bad as them. I'm not horrible to every person I meet, just the ones I don't like. It's not fair that I have to work with them. I just wanted a part-time job, something breezy and casual. How was I supposed to know these delinquents would obsess over tormenting me? Amano is unbearable, but probably the least terrible of the three. She's a year younger than me and acts like she's some famous pop idol. But she's a dropout, just like me, working in this dead-end part-time job just so her parents don't kick her out of the house. She spends her evenings singing at the underground bars and hanging out with shady talent agents who swear they can promote her and make her the next big pop star. She gets taken advantage of time and time again, but never seems to learn her lesson. I don't know if she's just stupid or if she really thinks she's on the right track to becoming famous. Sachiko is the kind of straight-laced girl you see at every school, studying her ass off to earn her parents' approval. The type of girl that always has the best grades but never really has any friends. She's the kind of girl that graduates, then the reality of the real world knocks her on her ass, and she realizes she actually has no clue what she's doing, just like the rest of us. So she settles for the first crappy job she can find, and then suddenly it's 3 years later and she's still slaving away for asshole managers just to make ends meet. Instead of being humbled by her station in life, Sachiko decides to take her anger out on everyone around her. I've seen her slap customers out of frustration. Rumor has it that she strangled our boss on one occasion. Apparently he's too afraid to fire her now. I don't blame him. I'm afraid of her too. And then there's Kurosawa. I could write an entire blog on all the things I hate about her. She's pretty, but she's very aware of it. She seems to have a new sugar daddy every few weeks. Some poor old fool that she strings along and milks dry. She must be nearing 30, but all her friends are still in senior high school. More than a little weird. They hang out around the train station, bullying homeless people and shoplifting from the convenience store. I'm pretty certain that she's done time once or twice. Kurosawa is just an all-around terrible person. She makes Amano and Shichiko look like saints in comparison. Honestly, I couldn't ask for a worse group of co-workers. Finally, there's me. Emi Kasuno, university dropout, part-time cashier, and up to my ears in debt. I live in a small apartment in a bad neighborhood just to keep my head above water. My apartment building is filled with deadbeats, loan sharks, junkies, perverts, you name it. By some miracle, I managed to snatch up the best apartment in the worst building. Although the place is nice, the rent is questionably low. I'm fully expecting the landlord to wander in one day and demand more money or murder me. I'm constantly worried about money, worried about my safety, worried about what the hell I'm supposed to be doing with my life. As if that wasn't bad enough, I have to work 4 days a week with the 3 worst girls I've ever met in my life. Today is no different from any other day. Amano greets me at the door, her disgustingly puffy and pouty lips pulled back in a half snarl, half smile. I can smell the sickly sweet scent of too much lip gloss from 10 feet away.
Oh, hi, Emmy. You're late again, you know.
Bish.
Yeah, sorry. Just let me past. I'll go clock in.
Whatever. Kurosawa wants to see you. Can you, just go see her?
Fine.
Amano walks off. I look around for Kurosawa. The stale stench of cigarette smoke eventually overwhelms the lingering scent of lip gloss in the air and leads me to our location.
You wanted me?
Katsuno, I need you to process a big refund. Don't mess it up, okay? It's for a regular customer.
Okay, I can do that. What am I refunding?
There's a bunch of shirts on the counter. Just ring them up and refund them for cash. You can leave the money in the envelope under the register.
Fine, I'll take care of it.
Thanks. I'm going for a smoke break.
Of course, I tried to get everything started and my camera was being a piece of crap. I'm gonna get started, buddy. Have fun. See you later, Haggle. Thank you again, buddy. I'm sure I'll see you in about an hour, knowing me. Something like that. Yes. Good luck, my friend. Hopefully you get your camera working, mate. I decided to clock in before processing the refund. Bah! I won't be paid for the shift and if the company doesn't know I came into work. I go behind the counter and retrieve the sign-in booklet. I flip today's date and fill in my details. Good and done. The shirts Kurosawa mentioned are lying haphazardly over the counter. I pick them up and scan each one. They're not cheap. The first rings up at 11,000 yen. and the next is 13,000. There are 6 shirts all up, each one a little more expensive than the last. They don't look worn and the tags are intact. I'm supposed to ask for a receipt or proof of purchase before making a refund, but the customer is obviously not here. Besides, the request came directly from Kurosawa, my superior, so I can't exactly refuse. The refund goes through the system successfully and the cash drawer opens up. I count out the correct amount of money in 10,000 yen bills, then pop an elastic band around the cash and put it in an envelope. I also print a copy of the refund receipt and slip it in with the cash. Job done, I slide the envelope back under the register and lean against the counter. Surveying the store, I can see that there aren't any customers around. It's still early in the morning after all. We don't usually get much business until around lunchtime. I hover around the register for a while, biting my nails and staring at the clock to pass time. Kurosawa eventually returns from her smoke break. Half an hour must have passed by now. Who does she think she is?
You finished that refund?
Yeah, I did it just like you said.
Okay.
She rummages around underneath the cash register and pulls out the envelope stuffed with cash. Her fingers flick through it quickly, counting each note, and she nods as though satisfied.
Good work, Katsuno. I'll pass this on to the customer next time they come in.
No problem.
Anyway, I'll take over the cash register for a while. You want to go tidy up stock?
Yeah, okay.
I'm not too bothered if Kurosawa wants to take over my register duties. It's boring standing around. I'd much rather be doing something than nothing. As I head towards a rack of untidy jackets, Shichiko bumps into me.
Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Sorry, did she actually just apologize to someone? Shichiko, the customer abuser?
That's fine. You okay?
I haven't been sleeping real well. I'm just tired, that's all.
Well, get some rest, I guess.
Thanks. Look, while I've got you here, I know I haven't really been easy to get along with lately. I've got my own personal issues, but that's no reason to take it out on you and the other girls.
I can't believe what I'm hearing here. Shichiko has had a change of heart.
So I'm resigning as of today. I don't deserve this job. I wanted to apologize and make sure there's no bad blood between us.
Sachiko. I don't know what to say. I never expected this from you.
Yeah.
If you're resigning, do you have another job lined up?
No, not yet, but I need to work on myself first. I have a lot to think about.
Well, I mean, as long as you're sure about this.
I am.
In that case, then thank you for apologizing. I forgive you.
Thank you, Emmy. Well, until next time then.
Yeah. Until next time.
Chico takes her leave. I'm still a bit taken aback by her sudden personality change. Did I misjudge her from the start? No, that can't be it. She has a history of abusing customers and co-workers. No way I imagined all that. Regardless, I'm actually kind of glad she's trying to get a grip on her life. I hope everything works out for her. If she's resigning today, then I suppose the only two terrible co-workers left are Amano and Kurosawa. I glance at Amano, who is standing by the door waiting to greet customers. She has a vacant expression on her face like always. I then look towards the register where Kurosawa should have been standing. But she's not there. Didn't she offer to take over register duties from me? Where the hell did she disappear to? I wander behind the counter. The register doesn't look like it has been touched. Out of curiosity, I slide my hand around under the register, and the cash stuffed envelope is gone. No sign of it. The receipt from the refund is lying on the floor. I bend down and pick it up. It's a standard refund receipt stating the value of the transaction. My name is signed at the bottom since I was the one who processed it. The refunded money is gone, and so is Kurosawa. Did she? No, she couldn't have. Surely she wouldn't have run off with the money. No one would be stupid enough to risk their job over that, would they?
Ah, there's Katsuno. You should go ask her about it.
Huh? Kurosawa is still here. She seemed to pop up from nowhere.
Katsuno, a word, if you please.
Ah, Hirata. the manager of the store. He normally spends his time in the office out back, so it's kind of unusual to see him here. What could he want with me?
Kurosawa was tending to the register when she noticed the system flagged a large refund as suspicious. Do you know anything about it?
Well, yeah, I processed a big refund this morning.
Is that so? Do you have the receipt?
Here.
I hand him the transaction receipt that is still between my fingers. He looks at it over once, then twice, his eyebrows furrowing.
This is quite a large refund. No wonder the system flagged it. Did you get approval from Kurosawa before processing this?
Oh no, I'm already gonna judge what's happening here. Alright, music needs to go down. And voice volume needs to be up.
Kurosawa was the one who asked me to process it, sir. I never even spoke to the customer that it was intended for.
That's not true, Hirota. I don't know anything about this refund.
Oh, that bitch.
Wait, what?
Where is the refunded money now?
Up a bit more, I think.
Well, I put it in an envelope underneath the register, but...
Alright. Yeah. Moves it down a bit more.
There's no money here, sir. She's lying to you.
Interesting. No money to be found. And Katsuno, you're the one who signed off on the refund. That makes you responsible.
That bitch.
Yeah, I did sign it, but...
You're going to have to tell the truth, Katsuno. Did you take the money? Don't make me get the police involved.
Wait, hang on. Do you think I stole it? Kurosawa asked me to process the refund and leave the cash in an envelope.
Nonsense. That's simply irresponsible. It's not safe to leave cash out of the register.
That bitch. Feel my stomach beginning to sink. What exactly is happening here?
Confess at once, Katsuno.
She's been set up.
I didn't steal the damn money! If anyone stole it, it was that bitch Kurosawa!
Damn right.
Enough! We're not going to stand here and argue about this like bickering school children. Sachiko!
Like a serpent slinking out of the shadows, Sachiko slides beside Hirota.
Yeah, Sirita?
Hirota, sorry.
Did you witness Katsuno take an envelope of cash from the register?
Oh, yes, sir. Just this morning. She acted like she was processing a refund, then pocketed the cash.
Oh,
I
you
meant to bring it
bitch
to
as
attention
well.
Sooner, but...
Sachiko, that bitch, she hasn't changed at all. She just sold me out. I managed to catch a glimpse of Kurosawa smirking at Sachiko, then nod in unison and giggle. Are they in this together? Are they throwing me under the bus just so they can steal some money? I can't believe it. I'm so freaking angry.
There you have it. A witness to your crime. Kurosawa, if you would kindly call the police.
Yes, sir.
Wait just a minute!
I scream louder than intended, but my blood is boiling and I can barely control myself.
I didn't steal any money. Why don't you check the security cameras, huh? You'll see that I'm innocent.
Oh, you know those cameras haven't worked in months, right? I suppose nowadays they're mostly just for show. Of course, if Hirota really wants me to, I could go double check just to be sure. Though, I think that would just be a waste of time.
Thank you, but that won't be necessary, Kurosawa.
Kurosawa's eyes narrow as she gazes at me wickedly.
Amano, please show everybody what you found.
You got it, boss.
Didn't even realize Amano was part of this discussion. She was leering at me disgustingly and slapping an envelope against her open palm.
Found this wad of cash in Katsuno's locker out back.
I can feel the blood drain from my face. I haven't even been out the back today. Are they all in this against me? Did they plant evidence to get me in trouble?
Lying! I haven't even had time to go out back today!
I mean, what do you want me to say? You think the cash just appeared out of nowhere?
It would seem all the evidence is against you, Katsuno. Since we located the money, I won't have you arrested. But you will not step foot in this store ever again. Do I make myself clear? You're fired, and I will make sure you never work in any of our stores again.
I'm speechless. I can't even process my thoughts. The quiet giggling and snickering of Kurosawa, Shichika, and Amano buzzes in my ears until my skull feels like it's going to burst. Hirota grabs my shoulder and tries to lead me outside, but I jerk away and stumble backwards. My back slams into the glass window at the front of the store. Thankfully, the glass doesn't shatter, but I can immediately feel a bruise forming. Push myself forwards, regain my balance, and duck towards the sliding door.
See you around, Emmy. Oh well, I guess not, hey?
I blink tears out of my eyes as I dash through the store's front door. My anger and fear and anxiety get the better of me, and it's a good 5 or 10 minutes before I realise that I've been running aimlessly through the shopping mall. I reach a hand to my eyes to wipe away the moisture and take a deep breath. I look around, trying to get my bearings. The escalators, at least I know where I am. I need to sit down and compose myself. If I don't calm down, I might be tempted to return to the store and start punching those 3 absolute assholes. With my head down, I blindly charge towards a small seating area.
Watch out!
I collide headfirst with somebody in front of me. Without thinking, I scream out in anger.
Watch where you're going!
Sorry.
Wait, this girl, I know her from somewhere.
Katsuno? Is that you?
Huh? I know you. Have we met?
Yes, of course. We graduated from senior high school together. Remember?
Did we?
Senior high school was more than a year ago. Feels like a different lifetime. How did she expect me to remember that? Maybe, yeah. You're Sato, right?
Yeah, you're Sato, right?
Oh, she said that. All right.
Aoi Sato?
Aoi Sato, right.
That's me.
Got it
You do
right-ish.
remember.
Well, kinda. Sorry. I've had a crappy day. I just got fired, so I'm not thinking straight.
You got fired. I'm really sorry. You bumped into me pretty hard. Are you hurt?
I'm fine.
Aoi is rubbing her arm tenderly. I figure I must have injured her, but I'm really not in the mood to stand here and apologise to some old acquaintance.
I have to go. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
Push past Aoi. It's unexpectedly the shy and spineless girl grabs my arm and stops me from leaving. Her grip is surprisingly strong.
Katsuno, you said that you just got fired. Is that true?
But yeah, I'm pissed off about it.
Tell me what happened.
Why are you so interested?
I just thought maybe I could help is all.
Whatever. You can't help. Some bitch set me up. She stole a bunch of money and made me take the fall.
I see.
Are we done here? Can I leave now?
Sorry for keeping you.
Yeah, okay.
Once again, I turn to leave, but Aoi's next words managed to catch my interest.
You know, if someone got you fired, there is a way you could get revenge.
Revenge? What is this girl on about? Does she have some way for me to get back at Kurosawa? What am I thinking? I can't even step foot back. Can't even step foot back in the store. My chance to get any kind of justice just doesn't exist.
Revenge? What the hell are you talking about?
Never mind. I shouldn't have said anything.
Hell no. You're not going cold on me now. Tell me what you meant.
Oh, okay. But let's talk quietly. There may be a way for you to get back at whoever got you fired. Have you heard the rumors of Corpse Girl's website?
Corpse Girl? Who is that? Sounds like some death metal band.
Io ignores my comment and continues on with her speech.
They say that if you visit Corpse Girl's website, you can request a death.
Request a death? What is this girl ranting about?
Hang on, start over. I'm completely lost.
Io frowns, a look of annoyance on her face.
Say somebody wrongs you, and you want to get revenge on them.
Go on.
Rumors state that you can visit Corpse Girl's website and fill out a form in order to request a specific person's death.
Yeah, because that's not weird.
This corpse girl. Is she, like, a hitman or something?
No one knows the truth. All I know is that her victims always receive a photo of their own corpse before they die.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I've been wanting to use the website for some time. There's somebody that I'd be happier without. But I'm not brave enough to go through with it. Still, I want to know if the rumors are true. If you use the website, you could tell me if it works or not.
This whole thing sounds sketchy. Risky. Are the police gonna come get me if I go on this website?
I've got no idea.
Well, thanks, I guess.
I doesn't make a further attempt to stop me when I turn on my heel and walk away. I don't know what to make of her suggestion. Can such a website even exist? The ability to request a death just sounds so unbelievable. And yet, I find myself unable to get the possibilities out of my mind as I make my way towards the train station. Corpse Girl, a website tailored for revenge. I could dob in Kurosawa, Sachiko, and Amana. If I could remain anonymous, then no matter what happens, whatever fate befalls those girls, it couldn't be traced back to me. I start to wonder if ordering the deaths of a few girls simply because they got me fired is a little extreme. Although they're not exactly saints, they're closer to human garbage more than anything else. They've always been hostile towards me. Yeah, I'd probably be doing the world a favor if I had them all killed. If they screwed me over without a second thought, who knows what they might do to their next unsuspecting victim. Yeah, killing all three of them is the right thing to do. Removing them from the planet would prevent them from hurting anyone else. My heart begins to race. The trip back to my apartment is boring. The train carriage is nearly empty, save for a few junior high school boys and a couple of women in business attire. I have a few seats all to myself, so I sprawl out and check my phone for messages. When I feel confident that no one in the carriage is watching me, I decide to search for the Corpse Girl's website on my phone. I don't exactly know how easy it will be to find. Maybe I should have asked Io for an address. Well, a quick search shouldn't be too hard. I begin to type. Corpse Girl website? A few results pop up on my screen, but none seem relevant. There are links to funeral services and anime fan sites, but nothing really matches what I'm looking for. Maybe this was a bad idea. I should probably delete my search history.
Maybe just one more search. Corpse Girl, request, death.
My phone seems to lag for a few seconds as the search is submitted. Then, a fresh list of links appear. The top result catches my eye immediately.
Corpse Girl, revenge at your fingertips.
This must be it. I click the link and the website loads immediately. Request a death, fill out your victim's information and upload a photo of them. Your victim will receive a photo of their own corpse shortly before they die. Watch out, don't be an idiot and enter. I can't see the rest. The website is simple. There's a freaky little dancing girl at the top of the screen who looks too happy to belong on such a site. The whole site is really basic. A small blurb of text offers instructions.
Request a death. Fill out your victim's information and upload a photo of them. Your victim will receive a photo of their own corpse shortly before they die. Watch out. Don't be an idiot and enter your own information or you will be cursed. What the hell? Is this site actually for real?
I start to wonder if I should go through with this. There's very little useful information on the site. I mean, it does say request a death, but come on, is someone actually going to go out and kill the person I choose? And how on earth can someone receive a photo of their own corpse before they're actually dead? That just doesn't make any sense. My heart suddenly skips a beat and I nearly drop my phone when it buzzes at me.
Thank God. It's just a text message.
An unknown number? That's never a good thing. Wait a minute. There's a photo attachment. Who would be sending a photo from an unknown number? My curiosity gets the better of me and I open the message. Oh, that bish. Kurosawa, you freaking bish. I knew it. I knew she set me up. And Amano and Shichiko were in on it too. They made me process a fake refund to get cash out of the register so that my name would be on the transaction. And all for what? A bit of cash they'd have to split 3 ways.
Kurosawa, I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
A few of the junior high school boys nearby look at me with worried expressions, but I don't give a damn. I'm angry, I'm furious, Kurosawa is going to pay. I close Kurosawa's message and return to Corpse Girl's website. It's clear what has to be done. I'm going to request Kurosawa's death. I read the website's instructions one more time and make sure I haven't missed anything important.
Enter the victim's phone number and upload a photo of the victim.
Can't believe it, Kurosawa just signed her own death sentence. She sent me a photo of herself and her phone number was included with the message. I fill in the phone number and upload the photo, my hands trembling the whole time. My thumb hovers over the submit button. I feel a chill down my spine, my face turns pale and I immediately feel cold and clammy. Is Kurosawa really going to die if I use this website? Or is this all a sick hoax? I run through the possible outcomes in my head. First possibility, nothing happens, and Kurosawa is none the wiser. Second possibility, Kurosawa gets pranked by whoever is running this website. Maybe the administrator gets a kick from tormenting people. Kurosawa might receive some spam texts or something like that. Third possibility, Kurosawa dies, she gets murdered, or some elaborate scheme is concocted to make her die accidentally. My lips curl in a frenzied smile. I like the third possibility the most. I slam my thumb down and smash the submit button. Prepare for the end, Kurosawa. Interesting beginning. When I get home, I can barely contain my nervousness. I'm shaken as I open the door to my apartment. By the time I walk through the door, the sun has just started to set behind my backdrop of the city. Hold on, I'll make a drink first. Oh. Even though it's not dark yet, I'm feeling physically and mentally drained. The drama at work this morning, the taunting laugh of Kurosawa, I feel exhausted, like I just want to crawl into bed and sleep. Despite my dipping energy levels, I can't extinguish the burning questioning flickering within my mind like a candle flame. How will I know when or if Kurosawa is dead? Will Corpse Worm Girl's website notify me? Of course not. I didn't give any of my personal information to the site. The entire thing was anonymous. And it's not like I can visit the store tomorrow and see if she comes into work. I'll be kicked out as soon as I show my face. So, what do I do?
That's it.
I whip my phone out and my purse and open Noise, a social network app that all my co-workers are connected to. Kurosawa, Sachiko, Amano, and I are all in this group chat labeled Work Life. We use the chat to swap shifts with each other and complain about the boss. Just as I was hoping, I haven't been kicked out from the group yet. I swipe through the list of chat members and tap on Kurosawa's profile. Last online 1 hour ago. Perfect. If I use this app, I can keep an eye on when Kurosawa is active. She only has to be using her phone for Noise to detect that she's online. She doesn't necessarily have to be using Noise itself. It's the best way I can think of to monitor if she's still alive or not. It will do for now at least. I wonder why Kurosawa sent me that photo of herself via a regular text message instead of through Noise. Maybe she thought she could be busted for it if someone got into her Noise profile. Who knows what that girl was thinking. Regardless, I'm thankful she made such a stupid mistake. I wouldn't have obtained her phone number if she had decided to message me through Noise instead. After all, Noise is strictly an online service and no need for phone numbers. Come to think of it, where did she get my number from? Well, no matter, it worked out in the end. I slumped down on the couch in front of the TV and keep my phone firmly gripped in one hand, my knuckles whitening. I start to bite my fingernails on my other hand out of anxiety. In an attempt to distract myself, I switch the TV on and stream some stupid reality shows. The distraction hardly works and I find myself instinctively glancing at my phone every couple of minutes, waiting for any kind of update on Kurosawa's online status. The evening passes slowly. June 30th, Saturday morning. Sunlight streams through the open curtains and I startle. Did I fall asleep on the couch? I wipe my mouth with my sleeve, cleaning off a trickle of drool from my chin. My phone is still in one hand and I quickly check it. The tap fingerprint smeared screen, but it's not responding. The battery died. I must have fallen asleep and left the screen on all night. I race towards my charger and plug it in, anxiously waiting for just enough energy to turn the phone screen back on. After what seems like an eternity, the phone comes to life. I catch a glimpse of the clock as I swipe the lock screen away. 6:34 AM. I open up Noise as quickly as I can and flick through the Kurosawa's profile.
Huh?
The profile is private. You are not connected to this person.
Damn it! She blocked me!
I frantically navigate to the group chat only to find that I've been kicked out.
Damn it! Damn it!
What can I do now? I've got no way of knowing whether Kurosawa is still alive. I slam my phone down in frustration and it vibrates in retaliation.
Huh? Another text message.
I blink a couple of times. Who would be texting me at this hour? Might be Kurosawa again, trying to rub my face in her victory. Well, if that's the case, at least I would know that she's still alive. I hesitantly pick up my phone again and open the message. There's no text, just a photo attachment. Oh, that's her. Ooh, and that says 7:28.
What the hell is this?
I nearly dropped my phone in terror. A photo of a dead body, twisted, crumpled, like it has fallen from a great height. A spatter of blood is flecked across the grass. It's hard to make out the details of the person. Dirty blonde hair, familiar clothes, smudged makeup. This dead body, is this supposed to be me? There can be no mistaking it. Without a doubt, this is a picture of my own corpse. I shriek again, unable to process what I'm seeing. I'm so entranced by the battered corpse that it takes me a minute to notice the timestamp in the corner of the photo. It's today's date, but something is off. The time says 7:28 AM. That's about an hour from now. I shiver involuntarily and feel the sickening sensation of bile rising in my throat.
This photo... Is this a prediction of my death? Am I going to die within the hour?
And then the truth hits me harder than my face hit the ground in this grisly photo. When you request a Death of Corpse Girl's website, your victim receives a photo of their own corpse before they die. Can't look at it anymore. I threw my phone to the side and curled up on the floor. Did Corpse Girl send this to me? And how did somebody get a photo of my corpse and a photo that is seamlessly from the future? Impossible. It has to be a hoax. Some trick, some psycho tormenting me.
Yeah, that's all it is. Someone is messing with me. Probably Kurosawa.
I get up off the floor and stumble around. I'm kind of lightheaded and unbalanced, and my stomach feels queasy, ready to launch its contents through my throat at any second. I blindly reach around for my phone and then finally grasp it with near frozen fingers. The phone number that sent the photo, it's an unknown number, but the digits don't match the number that Kurosawa texted me from yesterday. So it's unlikely this came from her. Bizarrely, the phone number is kind of weird. There are more digits than should be possible. I tried to count them but stumble a few times in confusion. I venture to conclude the number has 18 digits, way too many. In addition, the phone number seems to repeat digits a lot. 666/33/666/22/666/44/666. Seems too strange to be real. Is it possible to fake a phone number? Something interesting catches my attention. Even though the caller ID doesn't recognize the number, it has data on the origin of the number. Tokyo, Japan, my very own city. Perhaps the sender of the photo can mask their number but can't hide their location. This gives me an idea and I decide to get to the bottom of the situation, despite my head throbbing and my stomach pleading to be emptied. I punch the phone number into the search engine along with keyword Tokyo. One result. The link points to a popular discussion board, Noise Channel. It's an anonymous board where users can talk about almost anything. And, no big surprise, it's owned and operated by the very same company behind the Noise app I use on my phone. I tap the link and get taken to a discussion topic from less than a week ago. I quickly read through it. Topic: strange photo from unknown number. Hey, so today I got a strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts. Not sure what the deal is. It was gross though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the numbers or something. It's 66633666226. Yep. Seems like Tokyo area. I'm in Osaka. Okay, thanks in advance. The topic has only one reply. One reply reads, a strange photo from unknown number. You got this too? Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried. Receive a similar pic from the same number? Thinking about contacting the police, not sure if I'm overreacting. And that's it, the end of the discussion. Neither poster followed up on the conversation.
That's all?
That didn't give me anything to go on, except now I know that at least 2 other people have received bloody photos of themselves. I wonder if those photos were as extreme as the ones I received. What happened to these 2 posters? Why didn't they continue to the discussion? I feel myself beginning to sweat. My body is going from cold to hot and back again several times a minute. It feels like I have a fever, but I know it's just stress tearing me up. I check the time. It's 6:59 AM. About half an hour until the time printed on the photo. I take a deep breath and the doorbell buzzes. I freeze in place, unsure whether I should answer the door. In the sketchy apartment building, it's a risk to answer the door on any given day. Or even taking in consideration that some psycho just tested me a photo of my own corpse. I tiptoe towards the door on stiff legs and gaze through the peephole. There's no one there. I breathe a sigh of relief. Maybe I'm just on edge and the doorbell echoed from someone else's apartment. Besides, I don't know of anyone who would visit me unannounced, especially this early in the morning. I slump to the floor, my back sliding down the door as I come to rest on the carpet. My legs splayed out haphazardly in front of me. I've had enough fear for one day. I have to just believe this whole thing is a hoax. It's probably karma for trying to get revenge on Kurosawa. Yeah, that's it. Karma. The doorbell rings again and I scream in shock. My head slamming back against the door I was resting against. I jump to my feet and ignore the peephole. This time simply swinging the door wide open. A gust of chilly morning air sweeps into my apartment and I shut my eyes tightly against the sudden cold. My messy hair tangles in the wind and obscures my vision when I open my eyes. Quickly, I sweep the hair out of my face and look around. There's no one here except... a metal trolley is blocking the walkway in front of my door. A stark white bag, I wonder if that's Kurosawa, about the size of a human body, rests atop the trolley. My heart begins to race as I immediately recognize what this is. On TV, they always show these trolleys used in morgues to cart dead bodies around. Dead bodies. Vomit that has been trying to escape my body all morning finally finds its way out of my mouth. I retch and heave in the doorway until nothing is left inside my belly except the stinging stomach acid that threatens to burn through its fleshy container. The stench wafting from the trolley is overwhelming. Pinching my nostrils closed does a little more than trap the horrific odor inside my own skull, and I gag and splutter involuntarily. My hand reaches forward as though controlled by some other than myself. Can't pull it back, and I can't prevent my fingers from grasping the zipper tag attached to the front of the body bag. I unzip the bag. Oh. And there I am, a wretched corpse exposed to the day's first rays of sunlight. I stand here in the doorway as I lay there atop the trolley, simultaneously alive and dead, but more dead than alive in both bodies. The bruises on my face is horrific, and I reach a stiff finger to my own lips, my living lips, tracing the outline of the bruise I see before me. There's no pain where the bruise should be, and I breathe a sigh of relief. But why would there be any pain if I'm already dead? To feel pain would be absurd, and then I would really have to start worrying. I wonder how I died. Did I fall from a great height? Did somebody hit me with a car? Or did I collapse from some internal reason? Perhaps from organ failure or some undiagnosed sickness? Maybe I didn't die, and the corpse in front of me is alive, living and breathing just as I do while standing in front of myself. Maybe this is all a prank I've pulled on myself, dying just as I joke but never really dying. Always living until the point I actually die and it's no longer a prank. My head is splitting, I can't think straight, all the thoughts in my mind are jumbled, the meanings behind unspoken words disappearing behind foggy clouds inside my shattered skull. To clear my head, I step around my corpse and stand by the walkway's railing. I'm on the 4th floor of the apartment building. There are 2 floors above me, so I could go higher if I wish, but I'm pretty sure a leap from here will be enough to render my living body identical to that of the corpse on the trolley. At this point in time, there exist two versions of Emi Katsuna. That's her. One is living and is me, and the other is dead, but is also me. I can choose now to be alive and dead, or be dead and dead, but I cannot choose to be alive and alive. So even if I choose to be alive and dead, I'll still only be half alive. But choosing dead and dead is nice and clean, absolute, and indisputably solid state of existence. What? I grip the cool steel handrail and lean over the walkway, my hair whipping against my face thanks to the relentless wind. 4 stories below me is a small courtyard paved with concrete and decorated with the occasional shrub or flower bed. I missed the concrete by about 2 feet. Dirt sprayed up into the air as my nose is crushed under my own body weight. I think about the photo Kurosawa sent me, with her smug smile and her hands full of stolen money. My teeth grind into my tongue and sever it, but it doesn't manage to escape my closed mouth. My mind wanders and settles on Corpse Girl's website. What was that all about anyway? As far as I know, nothing happened when I submitted Kurosawa's details. Maybe Kurosawa found the website as well and submitted my details first. I guess Corpse Girl got me. Well played, Kurosawa. I think I can taste blood in my mouth, but it must just be a memory from some other point in my lifetime. A blinking light from a nearby park bar kind of irritates me, but then my vision turns blue and black. My only concern is how I'll never truly know what. Interesting. Act 1, Noriko Kurosawa. Wait, we play as her now? 3 weeks earlier. May 25th, Monday, yeah, 3 weeks earlier. I've always liked the shape of my eyes. I can be critical about other parts of my body, but I'll never complain about my eyes. With or without makeup, I think they look great. Corpse Factory? Is that a factory that makes corpses? It's not Nips, but I hope you're well. So, the basis of the game so far, as far as I can tell, you start as this girl called Emma. You're at work. You have 3 other co-workers. You can't stand them. They all set you up and make it look like you've robbed money from the till because the supervisor told you to do a refund, but really it was to set her up. She goes out of the store. She's in the mall. A girl tells her about a website called Corpse something. Crap, what's it called? Corpse Death. Yeah, and apparently it's where you can put someone's details in and they will die and receive a photo of their dead self an hour before they die. So she does it to this co-worker that screwed her over and puts her details into this website that says they'll kill someone for you, but you don't have to pay nothing or anything, you just put it in there. And then for some reason it happens to her instead, but we've not been explained why. But this was who, so that girl just died the same way that she tried to get that person killed, and now we're playing as the girl that she wanted to get killed, but 3 weeks earlier. And that's pretty much where we are at the minute. We've not been playing this one for long. I just finished Port Solace. Yeah, it was okay. It was an okay game. Inherited her eyes, and my big sister inherited father's eyes. To be honest, I don't see any of father's features in myself or my sister, but I do agree that my eyes are exact replicas of mother's. Mother's doesn't seem too well anymore, and that might be something I have to also worry about in the future. But for now, my eyes are perfect and I couldn't be happier with them. I wear eyeshadow and eyeliner to bring out my best features. Some people tell me I use too much makeup, that I tend to overdo it and make myself look intimidating. Well, I don't really care. I mostly like the way I look. And honestly, how many people can claim the same? Today's morning ritual is the same as any other workday. I'm a slave to the wage and I'm not proud of it. Call me a corporate sellout, but I can't survive without money. My alarm goes off at 6 AM, the shower is running by 6:05, and I'm dry and dressed by 6:15. I skip breakfast because I'm watching my figure, and spend until 6:30 AM working on my makeup. I'm out of my cramped shoebox apartment by 6:45 a.m. Sometimes I can. This is the only thing I've got, because this is 2 games that's done it to me now. So Steam's got this feature now where they tell you if it's audioed. You know, where they do where they use their voice, and they keep it's got it under is full audio, but it's not technically full audio. It's just partly audio down, and it's like, man, you need to have another one in there where it's either it's only on text, or if it's part audio, or if it's full audio. Because every time I'm like, oh, full audio, cool, it's got all the voice acting, so I ain't got to read as much. Nah, there's still loads to read. Not that I mind, but it's like, I would still appreciate you not lying that much. Like, come on. And if so, I exchange simple pleasantries with him and continue on my way. Oh, the neighbor, yeah. Today there is no sign of my neighbor, so I don't slow down as I descend the stairs and exit the building. Hitting the convenience store for a can of coffee saps another few minutes from each day. I prefer sweet milk coffees, but every now and then I'm in the mood for a rich black coffee. Regardless, I never start the day without it. I don't always need the energy boost, but it helps to stop my stomach growling. It's a milk coffee kind of day, so I pay for my favorite brand and get out of the store in no time. The canned coffee dives into my handbag and I continue on my way. Train station is always busy in the morning, and it's usually a struggle to navigate my way to the correct platform in time for a 7:12 a.m. train. Today is no different. However, I always make it in time because my routine has been perfected over the last few months. I board the train aboard Shinjuku. Cursory glance reveals there are no empty seats, so I push through the shrug of bodies and stand against the carriage wall. Whenever there are seats available, I like to sit and read, but it's much more common to have to stand and stare at my phone screen like almost everyone. When I do read, I read the classics: Stoker, Lovecraft, Poe horror, Western horror. That is my favourite genre. And of course, faithful translations into Japanese are as good as it gets. My English isn't nearly strong enough to read these novels in their original language. If I'm stuck staring at my phone screen, I like to stalk people online, acquaintances, or the few friends I have, lead such boring lives. They post about the most mundane topics all day every day, acting like they'll shrivel up and die unless they get the attention they seek. I find their dull, tedious lives simply fascinating. From behind the safety of a glass vial, I can fulfill my voyeuristic fetishes, that's the first word I've been baffled by, and consume as much pointless information as I desire. Knowing every mundane tidbit of people's daily lives turns me on. This morning is the same as any other. I stare down at the phone held in my frail hand. My fingers move on their own accord, scrolling and tapping against the backlit display, pausing, pondering, pouncing on any post or picture that my pupils haven't yet consumed. Standing in the train carriage, packed to the gills with people, I can't help but feel my face getting flushed and my steamy breath escaping my lips. I digest post after post, photo after photo, memorizing the comings and goings of every single person on my noise activity feed. I catch my breathing getting heavier, my gasp becoming sharp and sharp. Ray went to the dentist yesterday for a root canal. Mizuna shared some photos from her international vacation. Kawahara objects to owning pets and thinks all animals should be free. My cheeks glow crimson. My chest begins rising and falling quickly. I clutch the collar of my shirt, knuckles whitening, knees shaking. A few people in the carriage start to move away from me, but I barely notice them. My fingers keep scrolling and I hit the jackpot. A new post from a co-worker at my office. Tomo Watanabe. She's a girl. The type with heavy fake tan, bleached blonde hair and questionable clothes. I hate her, but I love her posts. This morning's update reads: Tomo 53 minutes ago. Just found this corpse girl website. Such fake bull. Oh, so she found it. Waiting to meet a bish to try it out. Tomo just discovered Corpse Girl's website, huh? I feel a slight squeal trying to escape from my throat as my legs threaten to buckle underneath me. I can't take the excitement anymore and I have to force my phone from my hands and bury it at the bottom of my handbag. Deep breaths, Nariko. Deep breaths. I need to calm down and control myself. Composure is key. I closed my eyes and let a cool breath of air whistle through my slightly parted lips. Being a little calmer and no longer ready to explode, I analysed the information I just read. Tomo wants to try out Corpse Girl's website. That's good. That's very, very good. Rumour has it that you can visit the website and request the death of somebody you know. How and if the victim dies isn't known to the public. Because of that, some people are pretty quick to dismiss the site as a hoax. However, the most interesting part isn't how or if the victim dies, but rather what happens to the victim before they die. Supposedly, the victim will receive a photo of their own corpse. How this photo exists before the victim's life is snuffed out isn't public knowledge. But the thought of this phenomena occurring is utterly intriguing. Nevertheless, the site has been gaining popularity later, at least in certain corners of the internet. Message boards like Noise Channel or other similar sites have picked up on the rumours and like to exaggerate the website's authenticity. The fact that someone like Tomo, a rather dense, dim-witted individual, has discovered the website means that it's actually more well known than I previously thought. It means that people are actually talking about it outside the internet. Chances are good that Tomo will want to try it out and request the death of someone in the office, a co-worker. Me perhaps. She hates my guts as much as I hate hers. Finally, something exciting is going to happen in our dull workplace.
The next station is Shinjuku. The doors on the right side will open. Please change here for the Chuo line, the Shonan Shinjuku line, the Saikyo line.
As the automated announcements read through the list of connecting train lines, I get ready to disembark. The train pulls to stop, and I contort my body around the other passengers in an attempt to exit the train. Finally free of the tangled mass of flesh, I hasten my pace and navigate through the labyrinthine station. I take the exit closest to my office and settle into a slower walk. I'm on time. I never desire to reach the office any earlier than needed. It doesn't take long for the looming office tower to enter my field of vision. 32 stories of office space all crammed into one sleek, slim tower. The name Temujin is stamped across the structure in gigantic block letters. If you're looking for this building in Shinjuku, you can't possibly miss it. Temujin carries the title of Japan's first biggest banking corporation. It's a gigantic company with other branches in Kyoto, Sako, and Sapporo, and Fukiko. I'm going to butcher these, by the way, so if anyone ever watches this in the future, please... I can't read these words. Don't hate me. A dozen smaller cities I don't remember. I've worked here for close to 3 months now. Not a long time in the grand scheme of things. That said, I'm only a temp, and all I do is data entry. I work on the 14th floor along with about 60 other junior employees, including girl Tomo Watanabe. I don't speak of many of my co-workers. That's the way I like it. When I reach the building, I enter through the giant double sliding doors and find myself in the familiar lobby. Comfortable couches around the walls, circling a reception desk. 4 large elevators are tucked away in a nook behind the reception desk. It's already busy this morning, though to be fair, this place is packed all the time. I avoid the crowds and sharply dressed business people, feeling a little out of place in my semi-formal shirt and skirt. Looking into a newly opened elevator, I tap my employee ID card to a backlit panel and press the button for my floor. The doors close and the elevator begins its smooth ascent. I'm surprised to find that I'm the only one traveling up. I reach my floor and listen to the soothing chime as the doors open, revealing the open layout office before me. The static drown-out workplace noise fills my ears. Conversation, ringing phones, fingers tapping against keyboards, photocopiers, even the steady, low hum of the air conditioner contributes to the overall din. I make my way to my desk, stationed in the middle of the floor, and surrounded by a dozen other identical desks. As I walk, somebody taps me on the shoulder gently.
Good morning, Kurosawa.
Morning. Oh, Shinja Fujikiwa, my senior, though he's really only a couple of months older than me. He worked here for a whole year after taking an internship straight out of senior high school. He's not an intern anymore, though. I'm not quite sure of his job title.
Morning, Fujikawa.
How was your commute this morning?
Fine, same as usual.
That's good to hear. Did you read any of your novels?
He's referring to the horror books I like to read. I can tell from his tone that he doesn't exactly approve of the subject matter. I've known Shinja since junior high. We go way back, but I wouldn't exactly call us friends. However, he is the one that landed me this job, even though I'm just a temporary contract. I've always had the feeling that he's a bit sweet on me. I could be way off the mark though.
Well, I couldn't get a seat on the train today. Too hard to read while standing.
Ah, that's a shame. You, still haven't accepted my, friend request, did you know?
Don't go, you're not meant to say anything. I have to fight the urge to roll my eyes. He's a nice guy, but we were connected on Noise once before, and I had to delete him. He's super obsessed with his father's detective work, and all he ever posts about is his assumptions and theories on petty crime cases. Normally I'd find anyone on my friends list fascinating, but here's the thing. Shinya never posts about his personal life. All he writes are long-winded rants on boring cases. It's far beyond the amount of dullness even I can stand. I fish my phone out of my handbag and pretend that I'm looking at Noise.
Oh, how about that? Looks like I don't have any incoming friend requests.
I quickly dip my phone back into my bag.
How peculiar. Well, I'll try and nudge again later.
Sure, no problem.
Well, anyway, I better get to it. Work hard today, okay?
You got it.
Shinya offers a formal bow and goes on his way. Before I can take a step toward my desk, a mocking voice whispers in my ear.
How long are you gonna lead on sweet little Shinya?
I shiver and find Tomo Watanabe lurking right behind me, buzzing around my neck like an irritating mosquito.
That poor boy really has the hots for you. When are you gonna tell him you're a cold-hearted psycho?
Listen, I'm not leading him on, and I'm no psycho.
Huh. Sounds like something a real psycho type would say, don't you reckon?
Of course, this is none other than Galgal, Tomo. The very same brain-dead moron who posted this morning about wanting to try Court's website. She's the kind of person that likes to stir up trouble and instigate conflict. She's had her vacant eyes on me since the day I first stepped foot in the office. She loves to torment me any chance she gets. Maybe I rubbed her the wrong way somehow, though I'm not sure what I ever did to her. Even though she is a data entry temp like me, she worked here just a little longer than I have. Unfortunately, that means I have to defer to her as my superior in this professional environment. She knows as much as and likes to take advantage of the fact as often as possible.
It's funny, you know. You don't look like the type of skank to lead on a goody-goody like Shinya.
I told you, I'm not leading him on.
Well, if you're not interested, maybe I'll take him out this weekend and tongue him at the cinema.
Gross. Do what you want, but I doubt he's into someone with your, looks.
Oh yeah? What would you know? You think he likes your flat chest, little Miss Gothic Lolita?
I know I should shrug off comments such as this, and normally I would, but backing down from Tomo isn't something I can do easily.
I'll give you a tip. Guys like Shinya are smart, clever. If you want to impress him, don't let him know your head is as full of air as your inflatable breasts.
A flash of crimson lights up Tomo's face, and she looks ready to lash out at me. A group of co-workers juniors like us look over to us in concern. Tomo takes a step back from me, but not before signaling a rude gesture with her fingers.
We ain't done here, Noriko. Watch your back.
Batch.
I'm trembling.
Tomo walks away and I breathe a sigh of relief. If it wasn't for having to deal with her, I wouldn't dread coming to work every day. Anyway, I wonder when she is planning to test our Corpse Girls website. Will she try it on me since we just fought? I'm not really sure if I should be excited or scared. Either way, it will definitely be fun to find out what happens if she does try the website. I finally reach my desk and take note of the time. I was supposed to start working 5 minutes ago, so I quickly log into my computer and check today's task list. It's all standard stuff today. I need to transfer a few tables of numbers from a spreadsheet into our company's online database. When I'm done, I have to run it by a few other people and then commit the changes to the server. The work is dull and repetitive, but my salary isn't bad. On the plus side, I get to wear headphones and listen to music while I work. I dip into my handbag and retrieve my headphones, my phone, can of milk, coffee, and a handful of breath mints. I lay them all out on my desk neatly. I slip my headphones on, plug them into my phone, and hit play on my work playlist. Loud, symphonic metal lovingly thrashes my ears as I crack open the can of coffee and take a long sip.
Okay, let's get started.
I return home to my quiet, cramped apartment after work. The place is eerily silent, a stark contrast to the bustling office where I spend my days. Throwing my handbag onto the tiny coffee table, I pick up my laptop and sit on the couch. I lie back and get comfortable, letting the laptop rest on my stomach as it boots up. The welcome screen loads up so I can click a couple of times, open my web browser, and then head to a very specific website saved in my favorites. Corpse Girls website. A cute dancing zombie girl is animated at the top of the page, a peculiar irregularity that always makes me giggle. I noticed that the page view counter at the bottom of the site is nearly the same as it was yesterday. There have been maybe 4 or 5 new visitors. I heave a sigh, maybe the website isn't quite that well known. After all, that begs the question, how did Tomo discover it? Well, never mind that. My eyes scan the website's content. Request to death, big, bold letters headline the site. The intention couldn't be clearer. However, information on the site is sparse. Brief instructions tell the user to fill in a victim's phone number and upload a photo. Aside from that, there's not much else to mention. It doesn't even ask for a name. After scanning the site, I move my mouse to the browser's address bar and click. I type a / after the website's address and then add the word admin. I hit the enter key. A login page presents itself with empty username and password fields waiting to be filled in. My fingers tap dance around the keyboard and within moments I'm presented with a brand new page. A blinking slab of text greets me, one new request. A crooked smile cracks my stony expression. Finally. Somebody has requested a death. Somebody has asked me, Corpse Girl, to... Oh, it's her! This is where things get exciting. I giggle and feel my cheeks flush red. This is the first request I've had for about a week. I've been logging every evening, fingers crossed that somebody has elected a new victim for me. Today, my wish has come true. I can't help but feel emotion at a time like this. My lower lip trembles and I feel tears welling up. I dab the corners of my eyes gently to avoid smudging my makeup. As I hover my mouth cursor over the view request button, a familiar and pleasant tingling sensation surges in my chest, my stomach, my thighs. I shiver with anticipation, my hot and steamy breath beginning to fog up the laptop screen. I click the button. Request details. Today, 2:47 PM local time. Victim's phone number, so download an image attachment. Victim's photo automatically loads on my screen. The person in front of me is a total stranger, but that's okay. It doesn't change the task set out before me. A woman, rather plain, in her early 30s. She's well dressed with minimal makeup, and she's not really putting her personality on display. It's a nice photo, better quality than some of the images I've received in the past. In fact, the photo looks like a corporate ID photo. I wonder if it was downloaded from a company database or website. Well, the source of the photo doesn't matter. The simple fact of the matter is that somebody has made a request for this person to die. Falls to me to fulfill that request, and as Corpse Girl, I take requests very, very seriously. I have the victim's photo, and I have her phone number. All I need now is to select a way for her to meet her untimely demise. I've previously thought about including an extra field on my website, an option for the user to choose the way they want their victim to die. After all, it would reduce the amount of strain on my creativity if the methods was decided for me. But after careless consideration, I decided against it. Some people are sick, twisted. The cause of death could be far beyond my meanings and impossible to achieve. Therefore, allowing the user to define the cause of death just isn't feasible. Instead, I'll stick to my current modus operandi. Everything depends on the quality of the victim's photo. If it's detailed and the victim's features are easily distinguishable, then I can be rather creative with the cause of death. Perhaps the victim's face suffers grotesque burns, or she has an iron stake thrust through her skull. However, if the victim's photo is low quality and doesn't provide enough detail to identify the subject, I have to resort to the default cause of death. A terrible, unlucky fall from a great height. Maybe she slips, or maybe someone stumbles into her and sends her fumbling over a rail. The end results will be the same, a swift, crushing death from on high. The victim will end up face down on the concrete, completely unrecognizable, save for her clothes and accessories. It's not my favorite cause of death, but in some cases it is necessary. Regardless, it is still a valid way to fulfill the request. For now, it's time to get started. I can barely contain my excitement. I squirm against the couch, crossing and uncrossing my legs in a vain attempt to dissipate the heat rising through my body. Taking a deep breath, I try to calm my nerves and get to work. The victim will receive a photo of her own corpse, timestamped with the date of her death. It's Corpse Girl's signature move, my calling card if you will. Seeing an image of one's own disfigured corpse is sure to strike fear into one's heart. And that's precisely the reason I take this step, to make the victim panicked and act rashly. First things first, I save the victim's photo to my laptop's hard drive. I store it in a folder discreetly named System Files, hidden away in the root directory on my operating system. A password encrypted directory, of course. Next, I open up my favorite image editing software and load the photo. Looking carefully at the detail in the picture, I can see that this will be a work of art. I can really go to town with this request. I minimize the software, open my web browser, and access a particular website. The database of the deceased, the DD. As it is known on the dark web, my secret weapon, the ultimate resource for my work. The DD is a collection of countless high-resolution photographs of dead bodies, murder victims, crime scenes, suicides. If somebody has died in one way or another, chances are good that some perverted individual has captured the moment in all its gory glory. Such valuable images are essential to my work. Using these photos as a base, I can edit my victim's details into the picture. My process is simple. I start by locating the perfect corpse photo. I search the database, and in less than 2 minutes I discover a disgustingly detailed photo of a woman with her entrails spilling from her stomach. Her face is blue, having suffocated before even having a chance to bleed to death. She's about the same age as my victim. She's of a similar height and build. Finding a photo that specifically suits my victim features is easy thanks to DD's excellent catalog of tags and filters. I simply search the keywords that match my victim's description and find a corpse that fits. Using this photo as a starting point, I digitally edit my victim's face onto the body. It's not some quick job that even a child can do. It's a painstakingly crafted work of art that would fool even the keenest eye. An hour passes, then 2, then 3. Before I know it, midnight has come and gone, but the work is nearing completion. All that remains is to add the final touches. I like to add specific distinguishable details to the image. A personal item or accessory, clothes, makeup, you name it, I can edit it in. With personal details added, I adjust the lighting and colour palette, just slightly enough to make the photo truly unique. If the victim decides to reverse image search the photo and discovers that it's a forgery, all my work would be for naught. And with that, the masterpiece is complete. A grisly, gruesome, gratuitously gory gift for the soon-to-be departed. The victim will receive this photo of a corpse that is, for all intents and purposes, a perfect replica of our own physical form. She will open the image on her phone and the life she once knew will crumble to pieces. My lips curl in satisfied smirk. During my hours of work, my breathing eventually steadies. My excited nerves settled into a zen-like calm. But seeing the finished art piece now, I begin to feel my heart pounding once more. The macabre vision before me is exhilarating. Adrenaline and dopamine surge throughout my body, give me a sudden head rush of bliss. To say that I'm attracted to the sight of blood and guts would be misleading. No, I'm not into that at all. The excitement stems from the thought of taking control of somebody else's life, dictating their future, controlling their fate. With the creation of this image, I have taken the victim's life into my own hands, like a puppet master pulling the strings of a marionette. By forging this convincing creation, I will compel the victim to take her own life. Really? That's right, my own hands need not become stained. The hands of Corpse Girl have never been dirtied with the blood of a victim. This is the true nature of my work, carefully crafting corpse photos in such a way to convince the victim that their fate is already sealed, that no matter what they do, they cannot escape the death that awaits them. And the date stamped on the photo is the icing on the cake, the ultimate driving force behind the victim choosing to end their own life. A day so near in the future, a time that has not yet occurred, a fibre of uncertainty carefully interwoven into the image that causes the victim to pause and consider the possibilities. Is this photo from the future? Is this truly my fate? How can I outrun a future that has been pre-decided? These are the thoughts that run through a victim's mind. Despair and dread flood the senses. Overwhelming anxiety gives way to calm acceptance. This is my dead body. This is how I die. Why should I fight it? And when the victim's last vestige of resistance gently breaks, like a silk spider web being torn by a cool breeze, they finally give in. They invite their end. This is the way it will go down for this woman, this complete and total stranger. I'm confident, certain, convinced. It was a sudden spark of inspiration that guided me to begin fabricating corpse photos about a year ago. I can never quite recall exactly what it was that spawned the idea. Sometimes I get close to remembering, but the recollection dances at the edge of my mind and slips back into the darkness. Regardless, I ventured down a dark and dangerous path. I built Corpse Girl website and invited strangers to request the deaths of people they knew. It was a sales tactic, simply a way to encourage users to submit images. I had no intention or means of ending lives. Little did I know of the true power I wielded. I only intended to create corpse photos and send them to the people for fun. I wanted to startle and scare some unsuspecting fools. It would be a lie to claim that I didn't get off on it. The thought of people shrieking in fear at the sight of their own corpse was more than delicious. It sated my budding lust, it filled a dark hole in the depths of my soul and gave me purpose. Never in a million years did I dream that one of my corpse photos would result in the death of another human being. I'll never forget her name, Rory Atona. 20-something, slim, gorgeous, eyes that took my breath away the moment I gazed upon her portrait. She was the first person to make me feel bad about crafting hoax photos. The only person to make me feel bad about it. But I did it anyway. Corpse Girl never rejects a request. It's her, my conviction. I forged a beautiful rendition of her death. Thanks to some rather macabre source photos obtained via the database of the deceased, I shrugged Rory's corpse up in a field like a ghoulish scarecrow. The photo was incredible. It was my 5th or 6th work. The 5th or 6th time a user of Court Girl's website requested a death. Rory Atana died just hours after receiving the photo. I don't know why. I don't know if she killed herself or if someone murdered her. But I know one thing. Rory Atana's body, her real body, was found in a field hanging like a scarecrow surrounded by crows. Her eyes had been gorged out of her skull and her stiff fingers clutched her phone tightly. According to the news report, her phone displayed a familiar image, the very image I created of her corpse. When I first learned of Rory's death, I was overcome with varying emotions. I felt sick, elated, disgusted, overjoyed, depressed, aroused. Had I somehow caused her death? Was Corpse Girl responsible for taking her life? Even though my hands weren't stained with blood, I still felt responsible. A lurid truth descended upon me at that moment. Corpse Girl held the power to end life. And the more I dwelled on the fact, the more obvious it became to me. I began to feel that power pulsing through my veins, thrumming in my blood as my heart pumped and pounded within my chest. I can't explain how the power works, and I don't know why I have it. Somehow, the corpse photos I create can compel a victim to end their own life, or compel someone else to end it for them. Rory died in the way that I envisioned. Her dead body matched the fake corpse photo and painstakingly crafted. And I didn't even have to leave the safety and comfort of my apartment to ensure her death. Corpse Girl's power is real, extraordinary, and I vowed to exercise that power as frequently as possible. Rory Atana died last year. Since then, I've been chasing that rush, that thrill, that comes with snuffing out a soul. It wasn't hard to grow the popularity of Corpse Girl's website after that incident. Particularly dark corners of the internet gobbled up the news with enthusiasm, and the site saw an influx of new visitors. And on a few occasions, I've even overheard people in the real world whispering about the mysterious website that lets you request a death. I've crafted corpse photos for dozens of requests. Each photo is more convincing and realistic than the last, thanks to my ever-evolving skills. But none of my recent attempts have been successful. Not a single person has dropped dead since Rory Atana. I'm beginning to wonder if Corpse Girl's power has fizzled out. Or perhaps I never had any power to begin with. Maybe Rory's death was simply a fluke, a morbid coincidence. Later after finding the site uploaded Troy. Good idea, Nips. Even though the person that uploaded the photo last time, she was the one that ended up dying, so don't know if that's good. Can you imagine me dying because I was trying to get rid of Troy Baker? You know, do this world a justice. Ugh. Replicate that one. Success. Every time I receive a request, I do the same thing as I did in Rory Atana's case. I edit the photo of the victim, I create a convincing corpse photo, and I timestamp it with a time of death. I send the photo to the victim and then I leave the rest up to fate. But nothing ever comes of it. I'm not so delusional to think that in normal circumstances a simple photo would be enough to convince someone to kill themselves. And even if that photo fell into someone else's hands, it wouldn't inspire them to go out and kill the victim, of course not. However, these are no ordinary circumstances. I once activated a power beyond the ken of mortal men. I caused Rory Atana to die by her own hand, or by the hand of another. I need to find a way to manifest my power once more, to prove that I, Corpse Girl, have the power of death and destruction at my fingertips. Once a new victim perishes, I know it will pave the way to more and more deaths. My website will gain popularity and become more than just an urban myth. People will live their lives in fear, forever wondering if Corpse Girl is lurking behind the next text message they receive. Yes, I can see the future I crave so clearly in my mind. I'm close to achieving my goal. I know I am. And when my dream comes true, I can finally... Next day. The incessant chirping of birds gently kindles the embers of my consciousness. My heavy eyelids open to find my body contorted before me, legs splayed across the couch in the most uncomfortable position I can imagine. I groan and twist my torso, letting my spine pop and crack until the aches in my body drift away. I need to stop falling asleep on the couch. I'm still young, but I can't handle a night away from my comfortable bed. My eyes fall upon my open laptop, lying on its side on the floor. The screen is blank, the battery drained. I briefly panic, hoping against hope that I saved my work before falling asleep. I stumble to my feet and pick up the laptop, then charge towards the power outlet. I plug it in and boot up, revitalizing the mechanical beast and feeling the wave of relief as the whirring of the internal fans signify the breath of life. The screen flickers and bathes my eyes in harsh light. My eyes squint against my will and I make out the image before me. The multitude corpse of my latest victim, perfection in picture form. The timestamp is lower corner and reads May 27th, 11:07 AM, tomorrow's date. I noticed that I didn't get any of these today until I put Corpse Girl as the the game I was playing. Corpse Factory, sorry. Tomorrow's date. The photo is ready to be sent out. If I send it now, the victim will receive it immediately, notice the date and realize their death is imminent. It's time to set the wheels of demise in motion. Leaving my laptop at the outlet, I quickly dart into the kitchen. Well, to call it a kitchen is misleading. It's simply a tiled area connected to my living space, with a small refrigerator, microwave oven, and single hotpot. A small stack of drawers is nestled next to the fridge, and I pull open the second drawer from the top. Plunging my hand inside is always an odd sensation. My fingers get buried underneath a dozen cheap plastic flip phones. I grasp one of the phones between my thumb and forefinger and remove it from the drawer. It's a scratched up pink model from 2010 or so, a relic from time not all that long ago, but that may as well be forgotten. I flip the screen up and turn the device on, relieved to see this artifact still holds power. To be fair, I charged up all of these phones just a few weeks ago, but the fact they retain a charge after being inactive for so long is a testament to their engineering. In any shady line of work, these kind of phones are referred to as burners, cheap, disposable devices that are discarded as soon as their purpose is fulfilled. I acquire them by rather unsavory means, but that's neither here nor there. I use these phones to send out the photos I make. By doing this, I avoid using my personal phone, and thus prevent anything from being traced back to me. When a photo has been sent, I keep the burner phone for 24 hours, just in case the victim sends a reply. I know I'd get a good laugh out of that. Of course, I don't keep the phone on my person. I store it in an old shed out back of my apartment building. When 24 hours have passed, I remove the phone's SIM card, snap it in half, and discard it with the combustible trash. The phone itself gets smashed and trashed into the dumpsters outside a convenience store. I also delete the photos off my hard drive and clear internet history. Obviously, I don't even use my own internet connection at home. I leech off my gullible neighbour's Wi-Fi. He's under the impression I can't afford my own internet connection, whether or not I convinced him of such is irrelevant, so he's happy to share his connection with me. Should the police ever try to track my actions, they'll only be led straight to my neighbour. I've gone to great lengths to ensure my actions are untraceable. This has all been in anticipation of my inevitable success. Looking down at the pink phone in my hand, I clear my mind and focus on the task before me. The photo is transferred easily from the laptop to the burner phone. Once complete, I open the text messaging app and enter the victim's phone number. I leave the message field blank, but I attach the photo. Of course, the victim will receive an empty text message from an unknown number with only an image attached. The message is just about ready to send, but there's one more flourish I'd like to add. I open a particular app I previously downloaded to every burner phone. It's simply called Number Mask, and it's one of the most ingenious apps I've ever used. The app asks for a number I want to use, and I punch in my memorized trademark. That number 6663366622666446666. Now, when I send a text message, the receiver will see these numbers appear on the caller ID. Not only does it mask the burner's real phone number, but it's an extra calling card to help boost my infamy. I smirk, my thumb hovering over the send message button. This is it. This is going to be my long-awaited victory, the second victim to end up dead. I just know it. This is the stepping stone to my success, the second of many bodies that will pave the way to my glory. I send the message. I arrive at work on time, just as usual. My handbag is heavy with the weight of several cans of coffee, hopefully enough to help me power through the day, after having had such a late night. I can't help but yawn loudly as I wait for the elevator in the lobby. Just before the elevator door opens, my phone starts to ring. I step aside and answer the call.
Hey. Hi, Noriko. Good
Oh,
morning.
that's the girl from the
Did
thing.
I call it a bad time?
Oh, you're gonna have something more to do with it, ain't you?
Not at all. I'm just about to go into the office.
Oh, should I call back later?
It's no problem. Don't stress.
Okay, sorry.
The nervous apologetic girl on the other end of the call is Io, Sato, an old school friend from back in the day. Though we never really had any common interests, we used to be inseparable at school. She was shy, I was introverted. It was a combination that worked in our favor, even if our conversations were a little on the boring side. To say that were no longer shy and introverted would be entirely true. Io has gotten better, she's definitely more outgoing, but she still suffers from a great deal of social anxiety. As for me, I'm still pretty introverted. My tolerance for being around other people has improved a bit, but I do prefer solitude, and visiting places I've never been to before puts me on edge. To call Io my best friend would be accurate, she's my closest confidant. Even so, she knows nothing about my part-time masquerading as Corpse Girl. No one does. And I plan to keep it that way. I feel like she does know.
Aoi, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, well, you see, that guy at work is still bothering me, and I wanted to see if you had any more advice for me.
Ah, jeez. The older guy that always hits on you?
Yeah.
What a creep. You're 19, for God's sake. He must be, what, 50?
I think he's 52.
You know his actual age? Well, whatever. If he's still bothering you, you have to take a stand. He's not your coworker, right? Just a regular customer?
That's right.
Then tell your manager. Have him banned from the venue.
I can't talk to the manager. I don't want to cause trouble for the company.
Jeez, girl. Sometimes you need to stand on your own 2 feet.
I know.
Well, if talking to the manager is out of the question, then you need to be firm with the creep. Tell him you won't stand for being groped anymore. His behavior is simply unacceptable, and if he won't change, you won't serve him anymore.
He's scary, Noriko. I don't know if I can confront him like that. He's always drunk. Even before he comes into the place. I try not to serve him too much, but...
Are you sure you can't quit that stupid job? Working at a maid cafe really doesn't suit you at all. I thought you wanted a government position.
I do. I want to work in a cozy office, kind of like you, but you know I don't have any qualifications.
Why don't I see if there's anything open here? Maybe Shinya can help out. He got me this job, remember?
Shinya, maybe. He was always a nice guy, right?
He's super nice. A stick in the mud, but a nice one.
Noriko, don't be mean.
Yeah. You want me to ask?
Yes, please. If it's no trouble.
It's no trouble. I'll talk to Shinya. Then maybe you can quit that crappy job and come work with me.
Oh, that really does sound wonderful. Thank you, Noriko. I'd be so lost without you.
Don't be silly. You're amazing, Aoi. Leave this to me.
Thank you.
I end the call and heave a sigh. Having to go and ask Shinya about a job actually is a pain in the ass, but I'd never admit that to Aya. I want to help the poor girl, I really do. I'd do nearly anything for her. The elevator arrives at the lobby and I step inside as soon as the doors open.
Good morning, Kurosawa.
Ah, Fujikawa. Good morning.
Shinya takes me by surprise as I exit the elevator, as he's been waiting for me to send another friend
I
request.
wanted to catch you before we sit down to work. I sent you another friend request. Can you make sure you got it this time?
Oh my god. Stop!
Oh, yeah, okay.
What am I supposed to do when he puts me on the spot like this? I try not to groan as I get my phone out and open up Noise. Impossible to hide my screen from Sinya's piercing gaze.
Well, what do you know? I have a new friend request.
Oh, great. It worked this time. Go ahead and accept it, please.
Jesus.
Yeah, sure thing.
I hesitantly accept the request. A little fireworks animation pops up on the screen with a celebratory message about making a new friend.
Yay! Looks like we're officially friends now. So, can I call you Noriko from now on?
I've never cared much for formalities. I try to adhere to them in the workplace, but honestly, I don't care if people refer to me by my first or last name, regardless of whether they're friends or not.
That's fine. You can call me Noriko.
Shinya's eyes light up. That seems to have made the boy happy.
Thank you. Oh, you can call me Shinya, of course.
Shinya. Hey, we've known each other since junior high, right? Shouldn't we have been on a first-name basis anyway?
Yes, that's true, but we're in the office now, you know? It wouldn't do if you started working here and called me Shinya right away.
I suppose.
Anyway, I'm really glad we're proper friends now, Noriko. Maybe we can get a coffee sometime.
I can't help but feel he's trying to push his luck as far as it will go. Any suspicions I had about him having a crush on me are now confirmed. I brush a stray lock of hair out of my face and smile as sweetly as I can while I change the subject.
Hey, actually, I wanted to ask you something. Are there any more temp jobs available here right now?
Temp jobs, huh? Are you looking to pick up extra hours?
No, not exactly. I'm asking for a friend who needs a new job.
A friend of Noriko's. Well, let's see. We pretty much always have data entry roles up for grabs. Unless your friend wants something more interesting? Do they have any particular qualifications?
Not really. Data entry is more than fine. Actually, you already know who I'm talking about. Remember Aoi Sato?
Aoi Sato. Yes, I think I do remember her. That really shy girl from our school days, correct?
That's her, yeah.
Wow. I never knew you were still in touch with school friends, Noriko.
Aoi's probably the only one. We're fairly close.
Is that so? As for me, I don't really have any friends from back then.
Shinya's heartbreaking confession doesn't surprise me too much. He doesn't strike me as the type of person to have many friends at all. Sure, I'm the same, but...
No! But what am I saying? We're friends now. So I guess I do keep in touch with school friends.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, I'll ask my superior if we can get Sato an interview. Is that okay?
I'd really appreciate that. Thank you, Shinya.
No problem. Leave it to me.
He gives me an awkward salute before skipping away. Our little exchange has obviously made him pretty happy. For some reason, something that Tomo Watanabe said yesterday pops into my head. She mentioned that I'm leading Shinya on, but that's not true, is it? I shake the thought out of my head. I'm just being nice to him. That's not wrong, is it? I take a seat at my desk and perform my morning ritual. From my handbag, I retrieve my headphones, coffee, and breath mints. Computer's on, music's playing, coffee's open. My fingers tap rhythmically against the keyboard, and I slip into a usual workplace trance.
So, I see that you're connected with Shinya on Noise now, huh?
My walk to the train station is interrupted by a familiar grating voice.
Sounds like both of you are getting on pretty well.
How did you...
Oh, of course, Tomo and I are already friends on Noise. She would have seen the notification when I accepted Shinya's request. It's actually kind of strange that Tomo and I are connected through the app. We added each other on my first day at work before I learned how much of an intolerable excuse for a human being she is. We simply never deleted each other, even after all these months. Her posts are entertaining anyway. And since I rarely ever post anything myself, she probably forgot we were connected at all until today.
Now look, don't get me wrong, you hear? I ain't actually interested in Shinya. Nah, I'm real happy for you both, like. But what I can't stand is a skank like yourself getting some while I'm over here all dry like a desert.
What the hell are you talking about?
It pisses me off that guys just sluts like you, and you barely have to put in any work. Meanwhile, nice girls like me gotta put in so much effort to even get noticed. You think all of this is just natural? I put so much effort into how I look, you know? And guys like Shinya don't even bat an eyebrow at me.
You mean bat an eyelid, right?
Whatever, it don't matter. I'm sick of skanks like you getting everything for nothing.
Look, let me be honest with you. I'm not interested in Shinya, and I'm not trying to be with him. I don't chase guys, and it's pretty rare that they chase me. You've got me all wrong.
Like I'd believe you. Do you spend your time chasing chicks then?
That's not your business. But you don't have to worry about me pursuing Shinya. Tell you what, any guy at the office is all yours, okay? I'm not interested.
Oh, is that how it's gonna be, slut? You think no one is good enough for you, but they're good enough for me? You're just like all the other girls. You think I'm worth being pitied? You think I need it? Well, I don't want your pity. You're nothing but a fake skank.
Emma pushes forward, her bulk forcing me off the sidewalk and into the thicket of trees bordering the path. Oh, damn. The burning slap across my face comes out of nowhere. I'm blinded by white stars and my entire face feels like it's on fire. The streak is hard, sharp, vicious. It happens so suddenly that I'm having difficulty processing it. I stumble, but my legs don't quite give out. My mind races trying to put together what just happened. Tomo hit me. Why? Why did she hit me? There's a strange sort of disconnect in my mind. My body doesn't feel like my own. Like this isn't actually happening to me, but rather I'm watching it happen to someone else. Time seems to slow down and speed up all at once. The slap replays twice in my mind before Tomo's hand even leaves my face. I catch a glimpse of her furious expression, red and strained and overcome with anger.
I hate you. I hate everyone like you. Don't pity me.
The second strike connects with my chin, and I flinch. My entire body paralyzed with pain. She hits me again.
Stop!
I hate you. I hate you!
Tomo has lost it. She's absolutely furious, and I can't figure out what I did wrong. Her third attack is a curled fist aimed straight at my stomach. Through sheer luck or complete accident, I tumbled backwards and narrowly avoided the punch and instead landed on my rear. The pavement is rough and hard, but I'm sure it feels a lot better than taking a fist in the gut. Tomo screams and rushes at me, but I scramble to my feet and grab her by the wrists. She frails wildly, her eyes looking like they'll pop out of her skull at any given second. Her breathing is harsh and ragged, and tears of rage have caused a flood of clotted makeup to run down her face.
Calm down! Calm down!
She struggles against me, slowly giving in as my tight grip prevents her from attacking me further. She begins to sob softly.
I hate you! I hate everything about you!
Problems. With a great pull, Tomo frees herself from my grip. She steps away, cursing, and then runs past me. I blink in disbelief as she breaks into a sprint, heading in the direction of the train station. I raise a hand to my tender face and touch it gently. The stinging sensation is completely new to me. Never before have I been attacked like that.
What the hell was all that about? I can't believe she hit me.
A pack of frozen vegetables pressed against my face soothes my swollen jaw, but does very little to calm my nerves. I'm still on edge after what happened today. Tomo actually physically attacked me, all because I said something. I'm not sure what that provoked her anger. Maybe that girl is more complicated than I gave her credit for. Seems like she has her own inner demons, just like the rest of us. I've replayed the event in my head 100 times since returning home. Without confronting Tomo about it, I don't think I've ever figured out what incited her aggression. But I don't plan on talking to her about it anytime soon. I wouldn't say I'm scared of her, but I don't exactly want to encourage a repeat performance. I rest the bag of frozen vegetables on a small coffee table next to me. I think I've done all I can to reduce the painful swelling for now. Lying and leaning back, I let the soft padding of the couch consume my body as I sink deeper. My eyes glaze over as I bring my phone to my face. My fingers lazily tap the scroll as I look through a carefully curated obituary newsfeed, a list of deaths that have been reported throughout the day. Using a set of handy filters, I narrow the feed down to include only women's deaths. In the age range of 30 to 50, I set the location to cover all of Japan. I immediately exclude any results that mention natural causes of death. I'm looking for specific cases, suicides, or as in more often reported, accident. Of course, I'm looking to find out whether my latest victim has been offed herself yet. Should this search string return no results, then it's pretty easy to look up recent murders. There's few and far between. Between suicides, accidents, and murders, I've covered all of the potential ways my victim could die. 9 out of 10 of the search results include a photograph of the deceased. Not a photo of their corpse, mind you. This isn't the database of the deceased I'm looking for. Rather, it's usually a nice... you bugger. A bit cramped. Where'd that come from? Flattering picture of the recently departed, submitted by their kin to go along with their obituary. Oh, that one sucks. Oh, that didn't feel nice. Oh, yeah. I use the photos submitted with their obituaries to compare and match with the images of my victims. The only reliable way I have to discover whether or not my victims have perished. If I knew a victim's name, I could easily look up their current fate, but my website doesn't ask for that information. Call it respect for the victim's privacy, but there's a lot more to it than that. But that's a topic to dwell on another day. Tonight's search turns up no solid leads. I'm disappointed. But this result isn't entirely unexpected. After all, I set the date of my latest victim's photograph to tomorrow. There's still time for her to freak out and end it all. I decide to go to sleep early tonight. I'm not even feeling hungry enough to eat the cheap convenience store meal that's been sitting in my fridge since yesterday. So if I go to sleep now, it will feel like tomorrow arrives sooner. Tomorrow. I'll have to see Tomo at work. There's no way I can avoid her since her desk is so close to mine. I wonder if it'll feel just as awkward for her. The idea doesn't sit well with me. On the other hand, my victim might conquer herself, which would definitely make me feel better. It could very well be my next success, and the suspense is just about enough to kill me. Tomorrow. It is tomorrow, yes. May 27th, Wednesday. My typing is hesitant and distracted this morning. My fingers falter, misstep, and tap backspace repetitively. This is no good. I can't focus on work while I'm staring at the top of Tomo's head, popping up from behind a monitor a few desks away. Even my work playlist isn't inspiring me to pulverize the keyboard today. Normally a blast of pure volume and shot of caffeine is enough to carry me the greatest heights of productivity. I press a finger to my pursed lip, trying hard to regain my focus. I absentmindedly noticed that I missed the edge of my top lip when I applied lipstick this morning. Damn, I'm really out of sorts today. At least I managed to apply some extra blush to cover up the faint bruising on my face. Might have overdone it a little, but it's better than looking like I just stepped out of a boxing ring.
Good morning, Noriko. Boy, have I got some neat news for you.
I'm so absorbed in my own thoughts that I barely register Shinya standing in front of my desk.
Noriko? Excuse me? Noriko? Are you in there?
Huh?
My eyes fixate on Shinya's goofy smile. I quickly remove my headphones.
Fujikawa, Shinya. Sorry. Hi.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Tired is all.
Oh, I hear you. I was up late last night. Boy, I must have been up past 10. Just could not put down this new crime thriller I've been reading.
Oh god, he's starting.
Oh, yeah, right. I was up late reading too.
Your horror novels, right? Don't they leave you feeling a little scared before you go to sleep?
No, not really. It's all fiction, so it's pretty easy to distinguish from reality.
Is that so? Wow, that's not like my book at all. The crimes in this story are all based on real cases. My jaw hits the floor every time I turn the page.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Anyway, let me tell you this. Your friend Sato can take a data entry opening starting from Monday. She doesn't even need to interview. That's how much the boss trusts me.
I'm genuinely impressed with Shinya's ability to score Io a job. Say what you want about the guy, but the bigwigs obviously have faith in him.
Wow, Shinya! I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Don't thank me yet. Sato is going to be worked to the bone. I hope she's prepared for it.
Trust me, anything will be better than her current job. Really, thank you, Shinya. You came through for us here.
Well, I'm just happy to help. Hey, Noriko, can I ask you something?
Sure, shoot.
Shoot? Oh, right. An expression. Sorry, I just remembered this case in the novel I'm reading, where a police officer shoots at a perp only to...
Hey, you, wanted to ask me something?
Right. Are you friends with Watanabe?
I blink a couple of times.
Tomoe?
You're on a first-name basis with her. Then you must be great friends.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't say...
Listen, would you mind putting in a good word for me with her? I'm kind of interested in taking her out sometime, but I could never ask her myself.
I'm stunned, gobsmacked, speechless. Shinya likes Tomo? I thought he liked me. Is my intuition wrong? I wonder if the clues have been in front of me this whole time. What else haven't I been seeing?
Noriko? What do you say?
Shinya, look. Honestly, I'm not really friends with Tomoe. I don't think I can help you.
Oh, I see. That's a shame. I thought maybe you were close. Darn. I guess there's not much to be done, is there? Even after I helped you and Sato out and all.
Is he seriously trying to guilt me? Yeah, no, the little prick. I have to hand it to him. I didn't think he had it in him.
Well, I suppose
You can't
can
guilt
just
someone into it.
tell Sato to start work on Monday morning. Guess I'll see you around the office then.
Shinya leaves and I bury my face in my hands. Has this well gone mad all of a sudden? Shinya likes Tomo, not me. Not that I'm disappointed. Hell, I don't have feelings for the guy, but for him to be interested in someone vapid like her just blows my mind. Or vapid. To add insult to literal injury, Tomo assaulted me yesterday. She has a vicious fire side to her that Shinya doesn't know about. He could be in real danger if he pursues her. I'm completely unable to process what I should do. Shinya scored Aya a job, and I'm truly thankful. Do I feel like I owe him one? Should I ask Tomo out for him, or warn him about her? I need to clear my head. I decide to step away from my desk and visit the restroom. Though I've no need to use the restroom, I enter a stall and lock the door behind me. Sitting on the toilet, close the lid, I lean back and exhale. I'm getting too caught up in office drama, that's what the issue is. It's unlike me. I'm supposed to be stoic, unflinching. It's my ideology, my entire identity. My emotions are better locked away and then stitched on my sleeve. I'm Corpse Girl, but crying out loud, my purpose is bigger than all of this. I'm destined for greatness. The day will come when people fear my name, right? I shake the doubts from my mind and pat my cheeks. I'm doing all of this for the right reasons, I know I am. If I start doubting myself now, I'll never see my mission through. An unfamiliar jingle rings out through the restroom, echoing of the walls. It sounds like a phone alert, but where did it come from? It takes me a few seconds to realize I have my own phone in my hands and it's vibrating insensibly. I must have grabbed it subconsciously from the desk when I stood up. The screen is lit up and a message reads, "One new article matches your custom filter. D3D body. Lol. Wait, what? The auto newsfeed I set up last night, it actually located something." I hurriedly unlock my screen and open a certain app, the same app I was trawling through last night looking for obituaries. A little red mail icon sits at the top of the screen, blinking and practically shouting for my attention. I hit the icon and read the information presented to me. Article posted online today, 11:22 AM. Keywords found 3. Miss accident, numerical data range. Image data found yes. Miss Akane something, 36 of Chiba Prefecture, was pronounced dead this morning at her personal residence. 8:38 AM. The chief coroner reports that Miss Surimaki was involved in an accident resulting in self-exasperation. I think I said that completely wrong. Is survived by her husband, Mr. Gorison, at 42, and their daughter, Miss Fu Summit, blah blah. Can't read those names. Funeral service will be held on Friday, May 29th. View image attachment. I hurriedly tap the button and gasp at the image loads. It's her. The photo. It's unmistakably the same woman. Plain features, little makeup, no signs of personality. Akane, the latest victim to receive a photo of her own corpse. My breathing stops all of a sudden. I'm gasping for air, my cheeks on fire, my fingers numb. I did it. My meticulously crafted photo caused this woman to end her own life. An accident resulted in self-asphyxiation, meaning she died by suicide, strangled herself, or held her head down in the bath. The news never reports anything as a suicide. It's such a taboo topic in this culture. Everything is always an accident. All this time I've been trying to compel somebody to kill themselves. My corpse photos constantly becoming more and more elaborate, more and more convincing and realistic. And now somebody has died again because of me, because of Corpse Girl. I was right all along. I do possess power. I have the power to end life through my work, my art. I've known it all this time, and it's finally proven it. Rory Atana's death planted the seeds of belief in my mind. The belief that Corpse Girl is more than a mortal being. And now, Akane's demise has caused those seeds to bloom and blossom into pure certainty. Corpse Girl truly can end lives. It's a wonderful revelation, and it relives my turbulent mind. However, I can't get my fingers to scroll back up to reread the obituary. My hands aren't functioning, my legs dangled lifelessly from the toilet seat. My coffee from this morning is working its way back up my throat. I feel the sting of tears in my eye, sweet trickles on my forehead, dripping down my uncharacteristically thick makeup. All of a sudden, I can't breathe. My lungs refuse to take in any more oxygen. I panic and fall forward, miraculously slamming my hands into the stall door to prevent my head from colliding with the floor. My nails scrape against the door's enamel paint, peeling chunks of green from the surface as I slide down. Down and down until my head rests uncomfortably on the damp tiles. My eyes roll back and my tongue lolls out the side of my mouth, dangerously close to the tiled floor. But completely out of sight and mind, I taste foundation and blush. A little bit of sweat and then nothing at all as the still air envelops me. My taste buds. My photo killed that woman. That woman killed herself because of my photo. My photo killed that woman. That woman killed herself because of my photo. My woman killed that photo of herself because of that photo of the woman who killed herself in the photo. My eyes begin to regain their focus and my stomach turns, heaves and shakes. And warm coffee spills from my lips as I try to smile but only manage to gurgle. The gritty paint underneath my fingernails has a rough texture that I don't like very much. I feel queasy and ecstatic at the same time. It's a horribly wonderful feeling that I could do without. So much for stoic, unflinching Noriko. Remember stoic, unflinching Noriko. This is her, writhing on the bathroom floor, her lungs working once more, and her breath ragged and gasping, sucking in air like a mosquito sucks in blood. This is Noriko. Noriko with her grandiose fantasies of death and killing people without having to kill them at all. Without having to leave her apartment because the outside world is scary and there are people out there probably trying to kill her. This is Noriko. Me. The real me. Acting tough and fearless when I'm crying. On the inside, always sad, always miserable. Always lying on the bathroom floor with my fists clenched. My fists clenched and my phone resting in a puddle of my life, slowly spiraling out of control. This is me. I did this. I killed that woman. She had a husband and a daughter, and some random person requested that I kill her, so I did. She probably didn't do anything wrong. She looked boring. She must have just rubbed somebody the wrong way. Maybe she didn't even know what she did, just like how I rubbed Tomo the wrong way, and I don't know what I did. But Tomo slapped me twice, hard, and it hurt. And it must have hurt that woman too when she strangled herself and killed herself. I killed her. I directly killed her with my indirect actions. She's dead now, and I'm alive. I'm still here, lying on the bathroom floor of on the 14th story of Shinjuku Temuji, Jin's office building, and I have paint underneath my fingernails, and I is going to start work here on Monday. But I did it. I killed her. Finally. After countless months of pretense, of false starts, of failures and disappointments, I killed somebody again. Corpse Girl strikes for the second time. And above all else, above this grime and muck on the floor and the tingling feeling underneath my fingernails, above all of that, this feels good. This feels so good. Blood has returned to my legs, the pins and needles have faded, and my toes quiver beneath my stockings and shoes. And electrical charge pulses down my thighs and dissipates through my feet. I manage to plant two hands firmly on the tiles and push myself up onto my wobbly knees. I suck in air and breathe all of it back out almost at once. I feel dizzy, and a bizarre warmth is welling up inside my stomach and chest. I manage to steady myself enough to sit back on the top of the toilet seat with my feet planted firmly on the ground. And my hands resting on my lap, I try to regain my sense of self. I might have lost my composure a little bit upon reading the news, but who could blame me? Everything I've worked for over the last year is finally starting to pay off. My second victim is dead. With this, Corpse Girl's popularity is sure to rise. More and more people will issue requests through my website, more and more people will receive corpse photos, more and more people will. She killed herself. She killed herself. Oh, how I wish I could see the real body. If only I could see her mangled corpse, drenched in sweat and finally at peace. I notice my phone is wedged between my wet fingers. I must have subconsciously scooped it up from the pool of muck on the floor. I try to ignore the sticky texture clinging to the screen. My fingers no longer numb. I scroll up and reread the obituary article. Mrs. Akane, 36, Chiba Prefecture, was pronounced dead this morning. Dead pronounced dead. My breathing staggers once again. My jaw gently lowers. Involved in an accident. Hot steam clouds my face, resulting in self-asphyxiation. I salivate unconsciously. A trickle of moisture creeping down my chin and dropping on my lap. My cheeks are flushed, my vision slightly blurred. She killed herself. Because of me. She killed. I let out a gasp as my hips rise against my will. My toes curl, my legs stiffen, my skin tingles. I lean back against the cistern, the cold porcelain penetrating the thin fabric of my clothes and chilling my burning hot skin. My eyelids flutter as my mind hazes over. Can't control my body any longer. All the anticipation of the last few days, the tension building in my muscles. I can't. My legs tense up, my knees buckle, my neck tilts back. A whispered gasp slips softly between our lips. My phone falls to the ground once more as my fingers slowly uncurl. The dull tink sound as it hits the floor is the last thing my foggy mind registers before I drift away.
You look like horse shit.
Tomo's brazen drawl snaps me out of my dead-eyed stare.
Looks like you've been sleeping in the sewer. It suits you.
I don't know what she's talking about. I can't really focus on what she's saying. I realize I've been staring at my computer screen for about 20 minutes, rarely blinking. My mouth is dry, as though I've stopped producing saliva altogether. A dull throb in my lap causes me to cross one leg over the other in an attempt to get comfortable.
You know, I'm talking here. It's rude to ignore your superior.
I swallow in an attempt to moisten my parched throat before speaking in a cracked voice.
Do you need something?
Thought you should know that Shinya and I are gonna hit the town on Friday night. Turns out he's fancied me for a while now. In the end, seems like the better gal won, don't you think?
Seems that way. Is that all?
I can tell Tomo is trying to get under my skin, but I'm honestly not in the mood to deal with it right now.
I thought you'd be more torn up about it.
I don't care in the slightest. Why don't you go sit back at your desk?
Whatever. Hey, maybe I'll meet you after work again.
Why? So you can attack me again?
I realized my voice was louder than intended. A few people nearby tilt their heads quizzically. Tomo takes a cautious step
Keep
back.
your voice down, psycho. Stuff like that's between me and you.
You assaulted me. I should report you to the police.
Don't you dare.
Lost for words, Tomo turns tail and walks away. I sigh and lean back in my office chair. Why do I feel so exhausted? My mind flickers, piecing together fragments of memory from the bathroom a short while ago. That's right. I let myself get carried away in the exhilaration of my success. I temporarily step away from my own body and let my basic instincts take over. But I'm in control now. I'm on myself again. I'm Noriko, stoic and unflinching. I'm Corpse Girl, successful and feared. I can kill people as easily I can manipulate a photo. People like Tomo should be scared of me. People like Tomo shouldn't mess with me. I'm in control now. Climbing the steps to my apartment is always such a chore. I wish I'd move into a building with an elevator, but I simply couldn't afford that when I first moved out on my own last year. These old apartment buildings creak and groan when you ascend the stairs. On top of that, you can hear the bustling of other people within their tiny homes as you progress up each floor. There's always a slight whiff of mold or mildew whenever I ascend the stairs. I want to chalk it up to the fact the building is so old, but it's possible some of the residents here don't keep their apartments very clean. At the very least, the neighborhood is decent. I feel safe in my home, even if it is small and crammed. And my neighbors are respectful from what I can tell, not that I really know them at all. In fact, the only neighbors I have regular contact with are the very same ones I leech Wi-Fi from. The middle-aged divorced guy named Kenji, who lives on the floor below me, and his daughter Momo. Kenji's a decent enough guy. He works overnight, which unfortunately means Momo is left at home alone a lot in the evenings. Momo is a sweet girl, perhaps 6 or 7 years old. Occasionally I hear her sing and drift into her apartment, but it doesn't bother me too much. She's just a kid. It's the very same Kenji and Momo that I bump into when I'm climbing the stairs this evening.
Oh, good evening.
Hello.
We're just on our way to get some dinner. Isn't that right, Momo?
Yes.
That sounds nice. I hope you have a good meal.
Thank you. Say, are you feeling okay? You look like you've been in some trouble. There's dirt or something all over that side of your face.
I tilt my head and reach a hand to my cheek. Sure enough, dry muck has blended into my makeup and caked over my face. It seems like my eyeliner is smeared as well. This from when I fell in the bathroom. Damn it, have I looked like this all day?
Oh, right.
I tried to make up some lie so Kenji doesn't worry about me.
I actually fell asleep on the train home, and I guess the seats were kinda dirty.
Is that so?
You should wash your face and do your makeup again. I can help if you like.
Can't help but smile slightly at Momo's generous offer.
Thank you, Momo. I'll be sure to wash up and make myself look nice again. You should go have dinner with your dad.
The girl nods resolutely.
Well, I hope you're okay at any
Exactly.
rate. Have you been working hard at the bank?
Oh, actually, I just work at the head office for the bank, so...
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Data something, right?
Yeah, data entry. It's a bit dull, but I'm happy enough.
That's good. That's very good. I know it's hard for kids like you to get good work in this economy. When you find a job like that, you really have to hold on to it. When I was your age, I could only find cleaning work. I must have had a dozen different janitorial jobs. Before I met Momo's mother.
I blink a couple of times. It's not like I talk to this guy often, really. We hardly know each other. Still, I've never heard him actually mention Momo's mother before. Most things I know about him, I've just pieced together from context. Can you imagine if it's the girl she killed?
Mom?
Of course, things are different now. I have Momo, and her mother isn't around anymore. Cleaning work doesn't cut it these days. I was really lucky to get into security. It means I can work overnight while Momo sleeps, and I can still take her to school every day.
Surety, of course. Now I remember I did mention when we first met what he does for a living. If memory serves, he works for a private security company. I assume he guards corporate offices or parking lots, something like that.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Hold on to a job if you like it. That's very important.
Thank you. I'm happy at Temujin, so I plan to stay there.
Very good. Oh, Momo was telling me earlier what she wants to do when she grows up. Weren't you, Momo?
Dad?
Come on now. Tell Nariko what you want to be.
A scientist.
Wow, a scientist. That's a great job. I'll be rooting for you, Momo.
Girl blushes and hides behind her dad.
She's inherited her mother's book smarts, I'm certain. She definitely didn't get her brain from me.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna get going. Enjoy your evening, Nariko.
Booga.
Thank you, you too. Bye-bye, Momo.
Bye-bye.
The two of them bow their heads and follow the rest of the stairs down. I continue up the next flight of stairs, reach the landing, then turn the corner to enter my own apartment. The place is dark because I always make sure to cut the lights before I leave. I can't afford to leave any electricity running. My rent chews through most of my salary as it is. Yeah, nothing's changed. I flick on the lights and feel relief when the living room illuminates. My faithful couch and TV emerge from the shadows and I immediately feel at home. After throwing my keys at the back of the coffee table, I slump down on the couch. I probably should have saved a bit sooner. Oh, I'm getting like some weird stomach cramps. This is probably a good time. Oh, yeah, bugger. Oh, yeah, bugger. Oh, yeah, bugger. Did Google? Anybody's still there? We want to raid over to Hago. Thank you for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. Not sure what with though. Might be back on that. Might not. Not 100%. Probably will though. See. Yes. Take care anyone that's still there. Thank you for lurking, anyone that's there, and have a good rest of your night. Good pep and stuff and stuff and stuff. Oh, it hurts. Oh man.